It's December, you know what that means. Today's video is the Fast 5 quick and dirty reviews of various things I've been testing out behind the scenes. I wanted to update you guys with regards to the Dr. Dana nail renewal system. This was sent to me in PR several months ago, and I've actually continued to use the products weekly, and I'm finally ready to update you guys with regards to my final thoughts and opinions. These products are meant to improve the look of the nail and overall health of the nail plate. If you're someone who has been getting gel manicures, artificial nails, you remove them and you're like, oh my gosh, my nails are super paper thin. How do I get them back on track? That's what these products are meant for. Or maybe you're someone who deals with what's known as the brittle nail syndrome, which is a condition where you have brittle nails with vertical nail ridges. As a side note, check out my video all about why you have vertical nail ridges. I go into more details there. First is the glycolic prep for nails. So glycolic acid is an alpha hydroxy acid. Alpha hydroxy acids are actually very helpful for the nail plate to help improve moisture content in the nail and strengthen the nail, whether it be glycolic acid, such as what is in this, or lactic acid. The way you use this is you paint it on the nails and run it underneath the nail as well once a week. It has a nice brush applicator. It can be a little challenging to get the right amount of product out. Aside from the glycolic acid, which is an evidence-based ingredient for helping with nail health, nail strength, and improving the look of the nails, this also has a variety of ingredients that are, well, fragrance, which actually took me by surprise because I was using this regularly. Had it not been for me looking at the ingredients, I would not have known that because there is no aroma or smell to this whatsoever. Like, you paint it on the nails and it's not as though you can detect any smell with this. I'm pointing that out because fragrance is a possible allergen, and allergic contact dermatitis around the nail folds can disrupt healthy nail growth. So keep that in mind. If you're allergic to fragrance, I would avoid this. I honestly don't know why they added fragrance. Like I said, it doesn't impart any sort of aroma to the product. I have definitely seen an improvement in my nails since incorporating this. I don't have brittle nails. I haven't been getting artificial nails, but I have noted that my nails are seeming to be a lot stronger since incorporating this into my routine. I haven't changed anything. I'm not using my hands more frequently, because if you remember back to my videos on how to grow strong nails, I talk about, maybe trying to do nail tapping because that improves circulation to the nail and actually can help with nail growth, albeit it's a bit of a labor of love. Not really any major change for me other than incorporating this, and objectively within about a week and a half of starting to use it, I really did see an improvement in the strength of my nails. So this product is objectively good. I would recommend it provided you're not allergic to fragrance. Now, moving on to the other product from Dr. Dana is the deep hydrating formula. So this is basically a moisturizing product that you put to the nail plate and to the nail folds. And that's going to be helpful for helping to retain moisture in the nail. Remember, when the nail gets dehydrated, it's a lot more vulnerable to breakage, to snagging on things. If the skin around the nails becomes dry, inflamed, irritated, it actually can impact nail growth. Now, this product is interesting. It's sort of a gel oil consistency. If you've been here for a while, there's a product from CeraVe that I have recommended off and on in videos here and there, the skin renewing gel oil. That's exactly what this reminds me of. It's clear, it's colorless, it feels kind of like a hybrid between a gel and an oil. It has a variety of, well, oils. Apricot kernel oil, coconut oil, for example. But like the glycolic prep, this also has fragrance. So again, potential concern there, because if you are allergic and you get an allergic contact dermatitis around the nails, that's going to take you many steps back in your healthy nail growth journey. This is fine. I think this is helpful. You could use it daily. Just paint it on there. It's to help with moisturizing. When it comes to my tips for healthy nail growth, in addition to lactic acid, glycolic acid, urea for like active nail ingredients that can help, I straight up just recommend to get plain petroleum jelly, Vaseline, and put it around the nail folds to the nail plate. It can really help to protect the skin around the nails and prevent moisture from getting up under the nail folds, back behind the nail, and disrupting healthy nail growth. I actually think petroleum jelly is superior to this because this is mostly oils. Oils are not as good as an ointment for moisturizing moisturizing the skin, they help with softening, but they don't really lock in hydration maximally like a petroleum jelly ointment would. This has an interesting applicator. It's got the little brush on there, kind of a little challenging to get out. 0.17 ounces, but this is handy, I will say, to throw in your bag, paint on there on the go. It's not as greasy as petroleum jelly. It does dry, absorb into the skin around the nail pretty quickly, so it might be something you want to keep in your bag. The third product I want to talk about is this file. So this is the priming wand. Now this has 3 different sides to it. Now nail files are super helpful because they help to, well, file the rough corners of the nail that can get snagged on things. So a tip I have for people who are trying to grow out their nails, trying to improve nail health, nail strength, seems counterintuitive, but it really can help. And that's basically to keep the nails trimmed pretty short. See, as the nail grows out long, once it becomes long, it's more vulnerable to becoming dehydrated and then becoming brittle. It also gets snagged on things, bangs up against things, and that can lead to ridging and slower nail growth overall. So I actually recommend trimming your nails short. But when you cut your nails, you might have little sharp edges, the corners. So filing those can help cut down on those getting snagged on things, which ultimately likewise can, be disruptive to healthy nail growth. So I like this gray side. So the other side, you have this green part, which kind of helps to smooth out the nail surface. And then you have this white part, which essentially buffs the nail and makes it look really shiny. This is very gratifying to use because after you use it, your nails look really shiny, really pretty, smooth. But keep in mind, using something like this, buffing the nails, actually can be somewhat disruptive to healthy nail growth in the long run because it's kind of traumatic to the nail itself to be buffing it. It's one of those aggressive manicure practices that can backfire in the long run. So of these 3, I would say the glycolic acid prep is like really the most impressive, the one that does a lot of the heavy lifting. The nail file is good, but you can get something like this at Sally Beauty Supply for significantly less, or really anywhere that sells nail care supplies, Target, Walmart. This isn't necessarily unique or magical, but it's a decent nail file. You can get all 3 of these in the kit, which is what was sent to me. Honestly, it's not super expensive. Like just looking at it from a distance, you might be like, oh, that's not a bad price, but these are not bad products. I think they're pretty good actually, provided you're not allergic to fragrance and you don't overdo it with the buffing and sanding. All right, moving away from the nail renewal products to a product I reviewed this past month. Maybe you missed the review. It is the new Rhode Barrier Butter. This also was sent to me in PR, but I have tried all of Rhode's skincare and I have honestly been pretty impressed with it, especially since it's a celebrity brand. And usually those are all smoke and mirrors. And then when you use the product, it's like, what did I just pay for? But Rhode skincare, in my experience, has actually been really good. And this barrier butter honestly is no exception. So it is like a balm, and balms can be super helpful for really helping to jumpstart the barrier repair process. They're very occlusive, so they're a good option if you have patches of irritation, patches of very dry, inflamed skin. If you get chapped skin, windburn, especially in the cold winter months. Balms are also a good option if you're somebody who wants to dabble in the slugging arts, but you don't necessarily want to use petroleum jelly because it's a little greasy. You want to try something else. Balms are kind of an option. For example, La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm is a classic example of a balm. And this is kind of a similar consistency. But what I have really liked about this is it has one of my favorite hard to find ingredients, polyglutamic acid. Polyglutamic acid is not only hydrating, but it almost provides this, what feels like a protective thin barrier to water loss. So it really helps with hydration and it helps with skin elasticity. This also has a few different forms of hyaluronic acid, likewise hydrating, and hyaluronic acid works similar to polyglutamic acid as far as improving moisture retention. They kind of complement each other. And this has ceramides, which when applied to the skin helps your skin to perhaps make ceramides more readily to help get the barrier back on track. So I really enjoyed this, and since my video reviewing it, I've continued to use it. And I find that the way I've been enjoying using it is to areas on my body that are more vulnerable to dryness, like my elbows, my knees. I really like putting it on my forearms, and I like to put it on after I put on like a more lightweight lotion, almost like stacking moisturizer. I really find that it kind of helps lock in the hydration and give the skin a nice glowy, dewy glowy, radiant zhuzh. It's free of fragrance, and then the following day, because I use products like this at night, the following day, I don't have like a greasy film on my skin. If I scratch my skin, I don't get like moisturizer gunk up under my nails, and my skin feels soft, smooth, hydrated, moisturized throughout the day. So it really has good staying power as far as the moisturizing effect that it imparts. I have not been disappointed. All right, and then last but not least, it's gonna come as a surprise to many of you. Some of you already know because I've been talking about this in various videos. It's actually a perfume. So I do wear perfume, even though I'm always cautioning about fragrance allergy. I really enjoy perfume. Like, that's where I want my fragrance. I want my fragrance in actual perfume or for my shampoo. I don't want it in like a face cream. I'm funny like that, I guess. But I do wear perfume from time to time, and I'm really picky because perfume can easily give me a headache, be offensive. There's certain perfumes that are really popular that almost like make me crabby when I smell them, a little cranky, and I just have to like walk away because I know perfume is, you know, very individualized and people have like strong emotional connections to certain scents. Well, those of you who've been here for a while, you know, last year I discovered that Billie Eilish perfume. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. But I found a more affordable dupe of it that I think I actually like even better because I believe this dupe has better lasting power. So the scent profile is like a chocolatey, a waffle cone, chocolate cake. You know, like when you make chocolate cake and then you have the batter in the bowl and you want to lick the spoon? That's kind of what this smells like, honestly. It's called Choco Musk. And when I bought it, it was a bit impulsive and I thought this is probably not going to have good lasting power, or it's gonna, you know, be a dud, or maybe it's gonna have some kind of funk to it and give me a headache. Wow, was I ever shocked, surprised at how good this actually is. I also was apprehensive because after I ordered it, I started reading reviews from this brand, and the brand as a whole, it's kind of hit or miss from what I could glean. This perfume is so good. Definitely not mad at myself for just blind buying it because it has really delivered as far as a perfume. I get a lot of compliments on it and I just love the way it smells. And it stays all day. Like, I'll spray it on in the morning when I'm getting ready, and when I'm, you know, towards the end of the day when I go for a run, I can still smell it, but it's not headache inducing. I also think it's the kind of perfume that you could also pair with other perfumes if you like to layer different scents. Like if you have a vanilla scent that you want to pair with it, or maybe a fruitier scent, I think that the two together would be pretty nice, actually. Let me know if you have tried this, because I did see some comments from you guys because I recommended it in my gift guide, and a lot of you were like, I got that after you recommended it, and oh my gosh, I love it. If you don't like gourmand scents, pass. Like I said, fragrance is very individualized as far as what people like and don't like, but if you like, you know, sweet stuff, this isn't sickeningly sweet though, in my opinion. Like, it's not like a teeny bopper just walked past you who sprayed too much perfume on at the Macy's counter, you know what I mean? No, it's not like that. It's really, really nice. Choco Musk. All right, guys, that's the Fast Five. Hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday, those of you in the US, this past weekend. And December's here. Before you know it, we'll be in 2025. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.